What's up everyone, it's Kadi with MoneyVest. So in this video, we are going to be talking about the 3 stocks and technical analysis on those companies. These are companies SOFI, Palantir, and NIO. These are our speculative stock analysis. May include Square in this as well. So hope you all enjoyed. I know these are super helpful and super valuable videos for you. So all I'm asking in return is that you drop a like and of course subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. And of course, links to our Discord and Patreon is going to be down below. There is a 16% annual discount that's available until the end of December this month. And also do check out the fundamental technical analysis courses. All the entire bundle is up to 70% off. That's the biggest sale that we've ever had. And the coupon code is going to be Santa Rally. You can also get the individual courses that are going to be 50% off with the link down below. Definitely do check out my Instagram and connect with me there. Also, if you're interested, I do post a lot of interesting stories over there, including portfolio updates and tips and strategies and polls and all that stuff with the link down below. So starting with SOFI, and SOFI, as we already know, has definitely dealt with higher, lower interest rates. I'm not here to discuss the fundamentals of the company. We've already done that in separate videos, but technically speaking, there was a lot of consolidation between this range in the past, where it basically consolidated here, going up and of course coming down, going up, coming down, going up, coming down, and finally broke down in 2022 in the middle of all that bear market. And of course, since then, it has not yet recovered. But that being said, the bottom was around $4.50 and $4.20, around those levels. There was a very strong resistance here at around $7.50 to $8. It did peak out recently at around $11.50 and then started selling right back down. And more recently though, last 4 weeks, you'll notice it has seen a very nice consistent rally, as most stocks have rallied in the last 4 to 6 weeks, considering how much momentum there's been in October, as the market's very optimistic about potential rate cuts going into next year. So if you take a look at the markets, especially SOFI here, the rally pretty much began at the same time as the market started pushing higher. This was again in October. I would mention that markets have rallied for 7 weeks consistently, whereas SOFI has rallied for 5-6 weeks. So this right here is the entire move higher. And this was the overall downtrending channel of lower highs and lower lows within which it was trading before finally reversing trend. Now it's coming up to that resistance again. So this right here is the level to focus on. That's the red line. It's going to be sitting roughly at $10.20. So that's the resistance that I'm watching on SOFI, and a very strong support, couple support levels. So previous resistance potentially acting as a new support here. And that's going to be sitting at $7.91. So just sub $8, all the way down to $6.50. So this right here, 1, and this right here, 2. These are the 2 support levels and area of demand to watch for SOFI, and resistance is going to be over here. It's going to be sitting roughly around $10.18. That's the level to keep in mind. If we do eventually get a breakout, I wouldn't be surprised to see a retest of this old resistance acting as support here, and then making our way back higher to maybe $13.75. That's going to be that next resistance level to watch in case we get a breakout. Of course, if we get rejected, then the only support level I'm watching right now is going to be sub $8. It's going to be support level number 1 at $7.91, in line with this green rectangle. Going over to SOFI, this again is SOFI, and one more thing I want to mention is the RSI and the MACD. So you'll notice that we are a little bit more on the overbought side here with the RSI MACD. So the probability for us to get rejected here is slightly more than breaking out, but that's just the way it's set up. There's no, rule of thumb that just because the RSI is overbought, that exactly means that it's going to pull back. No, anything is possible. But of course, the risk reward is not very favorable on the long side. So the probability, like I said, is slightly higher for us to see a bit of a pullback, come down to $7.91, $8 before recovering back higher once again to retest that resistance. Now going over to Palantir, Palantir's almost had an identical trend as similar to SOFI, where it was pretty much rallying very aggressively after the IPO, consolidated sideways for quite some time, finally breaking down in 2022. This right here was the range, bottomed at around sub $6. And since then, it has seen a very, very strong recovery back up to over $17. It's up over 150, 200%. And more recently, though, what you'll notice is that it's just been consolidating sideways. So this right here is the overall range within which Palantir has been trading. And I would argue that this range is even wider. So this right here is the resistance in the 20s, so $20 range. So this right here is in the 20s, and a very strong support over here in the 13s. So this right here is going to be the support in the 13s. So that's pretty much the range, because you can kind of see it already that it bounces back up, comes down, bounces back up, comes down, bounces back up, comes down. So there was a head and shoulders. We didn't break down below 1375. In fact, we pushed higher, came back down, pushed higher, came back down, pushed higher, came back down. So we're really just consolidating in that range of that $7 range for Palantir, between 13 and 20. We do have a little bit of a gap to fill here. So that's another level to watch, between $15 and $17. So that is something to keep in mind for Palantir. Of course, if we do end up selling off a little bit further, if we do end up filling that gap entirely, 1375, of course, that's support level 1. Support level 2 is going to be 1178. That's going to be next. And resistance right now is sitting put at $18. And then, of course, all the way up to $20, as I already mentioned. So those right there are going to be a couple of resistance levels over here, 1 and 2. And this right here, a couple of support levels, 1 and 2. Now, going over to NIO, and NIO, of course, as we already know, has been on a consistent downtrend, so it hasn't really found a good footing yet. It's just been selling off. So this right here has been the overall trend of lower highs and, of course, lower lows. So this, has been coming up since 2021. So for right now, NIO is consolidating a little bit. So last several weeks, it's just been trading sideways, and it is at a very strong support at sub $7. So $6.71, close to $7, a very, very strong support. I'm going to be doing a separate video going over the NIO day and all the announcements and whatnot. But this right here, a very strong breakout. Of course, got rejected here. We got very, very overbought and, of course, selling right back down on NIO. But there are some fundamental changes that are happening with this company with respect to kind of moving in the right direction of efficiency, cost cuts, putting in the right measures to focus on profitability. I mean, there's a lot of things that NIO needs to focus on, fundamentally speaking. But technically, again, we are at a very strong support here for the company, sitting roughly around $7. That's in line with this previous level of support. And of course, resistance is going to be a 943 for the company, in line with this previous support level as well. So if you do end up pushing higher for NIO, which pre-market it does seem to be gapping up a little bit, 943 is going to be that next resistance, with the support level staying put at $8.23, all the way down to $7.30 for NIO. So those right there are going to be some levels to watch for this company. So hope you all enjoy this video, and a complete quick update on technicals on these three very popular, very in-demand stocks. Let me know if there's any other stocks you want me to add to this playlist. I've been kind of playing around with different companies like Square, Twilio, but nothing's been solidified yet. But I want to do a more separate, more speculative stock technical analysis, similar to what we do for Big Tech and Magnificent 7. I want to do something which is a little bit more retail popularity like SOFI, Palantir, NIO are, and maybe add other companies to the mix of the technical analysis as well. So if there's any other companies, let me know in the comment section down below for the stocks. Definitely do check out our links below for the fundamental, technical, options, and psychology course, up to 70% off, coupon code Santa Rally. And definitely do join our Discord and our Patreon, 16% annual discount that's available until the end of this month. So after December, that sale is going to end. As always, happy investing, and I will see you all in the next video. Like I said, let me know in the comment section if there's any other stocks you want me to include to this video playlist. Happy investing. I'll see you all in the next video.